my goals in boxing has always changed because I always say, look, I've got a realistic goal now and then where I want to achieve in the big picture. My main goal was always, growing up, win a national title. I managed to achieve that 4 times, and then after winning a national title, it was to box for my country. I'd done that 12 times. Then it was to box internationally. I've done that numerous times as well. So it was always been little stages. And then as a professional, it was to get a TV deal. That was my main goal. Just didn't care what platform, get a TV deal and put on a little book. I always said to myself, I'd love to sign with Eddie Hearn. I'd done that in my debut. So I made my dreams come true real early. And it was always, now what's the next thing? But let's not push too far because I'm very grateful to be in the position I'm in now. And yeah, I've achieved a lot of my dreams. I've boxed on Sky, I've boxed in the Zone, and I'm with, in my opinion, the best promoter in the world. So my dreams as such are achieved. I want to be a world champion. That's my goal, and I believe I'm on the right stage to do that. I started boxing when I was about 8 years old. Moved to the Repton Boxing Club. That was my first official amateur gym. But to be fair, as the story goes, the first time I watched a boxing fight, I was 10 days old. My dad walked me into York Hall. So I come from a boxing background. My brother was a boxer. He boxed for West Ham Amateur Boxing Club, and then he moved to Repton himself. So I basically followed in his footsteps. I went to the great West Ham Boxing Club. Got there, didn't really feel their style of boxing. They were fighters. They were real tough men, and I just felt like it was probably at that age of eight years old, it was too intense for me. So then when my brother moved to Repton, I thought, I'm going to give this a go. And obviously being such a renowned club in the amateurs, Repton Boxing Club is probably the highest level of amateur boxing. So I moved there and yeah, got a feel for it, trained under the great Bobby Beck, and yeah, come through the ranks slowly through Repton. I had a few fights there and moved nearer to myself in Hoddesdon. Boxed out of Hoddesdon Boxing Academy, and that's when I went on to win my amateur pedigree. From my amateur background, I had a lot of hype, and I managed to get a deal with Eddie Hearn. I won 7 international golds as an amateur, 4 national titles, GB titles, and racked up a record of 44 fights, 40 wins. So I was quite known in the amateur scene. So when it comes to turning pro during lockdown, I turned down a World Games offer to take my debut. Kind of rushed into things maybe. I was a big super middleweight, I was 6'5" and super middleweight, and I could make championship weight at the time. 18 years old. So I just said, I literally being in contact with Eddie during COVID, there was obviously people wearing masks, couldn't go out of the house. I was like, I'm ready to get into things straight away. Literally was preparing for one opponent, got into the arena, he caught COVID, we had to get someone else in. Couldn't find no one. It was looking like I was turning back home, and basically the dream of this big debut was done. And they said, look, we've got a fighter for you. And he was a great fighter, had a good record. I just said, yeah, let's do it, man. And it was a hard introduction, very, very hard introduction to the pro ranks. But I think that's why I'm in this position now. I've learned so much from it. It's put me in good stead.
Good boy, again. Put a cross on it. Bum. Good boy. Snap. Do that again, let's go. Bum, and across. Bum.
I start my training camp officially, as in training twice a day and training a lot harder, usually about 8 weeks out. But I'm in the gym from 15 weeks out. I don't take much time off. I might take 2 weeks after a fight, and then I'm back ticking over 3-4 times a week. And then we slowly, gradually build it up when we get here on a fight date. A day in training, really, I run 3 times a week, whether that's evenings or morning running, all depending on what we're doing in the gym, whether I'm sparring or I've got a harder day. Saturdays is our gym running day, so we do sprints or long distance run all together as a team. And yeah, really, it's Monday boxing, pads and sparring, Tuesday S&C, Wednesday boxing, pads and sparring, Thursday S&C, and then Friday back to boxing and sparring, and Saturday running. We usually have a Sunday as a rest day, and we do it all over again, and blood, sweat and tears, mate, until we make it.
Bam! Good boy, whip it out. Whip it out. Whip it out.
My goals in boxing has always changed because I always say, look, I've got a realistic goal now and then where I want to achieve in the big picture. My main goal was always, growing up, win a national title. I managed to achieve that 4 times, and then after winning a national title, it was to box for my country. I'd done that 12 times. Then it was to box internationally. I've done that numerous times as well. So it was always been little stages. And then as a professional, it was to get a TV deal. That was my main goal. Just didn't care what platform, get a TV deal and put on a little book. I always said to myself, I'd love to sign with Eddie Hearn. I'd done that in my debut. So I made the dreams come true real early, and it was always, now what's the next thing? But let's not push too far, because I'm very grateful to be in the position I'm in now. And yeah, I've achieved a lot of my dreams. I've boxed on Sky, I've boxed in the Zone, and I'm with, in my opinion, the best promoter in the world. So my dreams as such are achieved. I want to be a world champion. That's my goal, and I believe I'm on the right stage to do that.
You slip my jab, right hook, boom, good. Now just put it in, whip and come off. It's important. Whip, sharp. Good boy, that's it. 10 of them. Good, 9 of them. Together. 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 3 there. Boom. Good, slip. Boom. Good boy.
I come from a travelling background, and when I moved into, like, coming in through school, people obviously make a stereotype of what they think of the travelling community, and oh, what's this kid going to be like? Is he going to cause grief? And I was just a nice fat kid who was quite a lump, really. And yeah, that's really, teachers gave it to me. So there's like, oh, your boy's a gentleman, your boy's a gentleman. And then I didn't come out of school. I carried on, I'd done all my education properly, and kept that name, really. And it was just said so many times, I couldn't really call myself the killer, the hitman, the nightmare, or anything like that. It just didn't suit me. So we took the gentleman, and I just felt like it suited me as a person, and yeah, we went through it like that.
Isn't it?
Yeah, and as he tries to run.
Yeah. So I mean, like, don't take any chances, it and don't be it.
Yeah.
Start off with a licking jab. You've got fucking 8 rounds to master it before you put the cracks in. Cracks.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Tyson Fury, and I'll always say this, and he has always been my idol from, I mean, get-go. From 7 years of age, I went to see his second fight at York Hall, and it was massive for me. Like, to see Tyson got me interested in boxing. I remember when he boxed John McDermott for the English title, I was there, and it was like, that to me, back at that age, I was winning a world title. That's how I felt. Like watching that was like the best boxing I could ever see. And I took an interest in Tyson's career, and I've been lucky enough to have conversations with him and get food with Tyson, and talk boxing, and to follow in his footsteps, being under the best company, Paffen Sport, and wearing the best fight gloves. It's an honour.
And did he have any advice for you?
Yeah, Tyson's always thing was, don't listen to people. Always do what you think's right in the day. You've got good people around you, surround yourself with the right people, but you know yourself if something's right. And I always said to Tyson, like, I've made certain decisions in my career listening to people, and it hasn't paid off. Like, well, it has paid off and it hasn't. Like, making super middleweight on my debut probably wasn't the best idea. I was like a stick insect. But I felt like that's what I had to do. If I probably boxed at light heavyweight in my debut, it could have been that much better. But it's written in the stars, and I know now, if deep down inside I feel good, that's all that matters. Joshua has been a massive inspiration, and I mean, like, equally as much as Tyson, in the sense that I was training up GB in Sheffield, the English Institute of Sport, and that was obviously Joshua's set up with McCracken. And I mean, like, my family will tell you, I've stayed there. I've been in Sheffield away from home for 3 days, and I've stayed there till 10 o'clock at night just to see Anthony Joshua train, and things like that. And eating your food, and he'd walk in and give you a fist bump. I was like, oh my God! Like, and now I'm on his undercard as a professional. It's crazy. And it just shows you, man, like, he didn't come from no excessive amount of amateur career in the sense of when he was young. He didn't start boxing until he was 18, but hard work, dedication, and surrounding yourself on the right path, you're going to make it.
Whip, double. Bam, double. Bam, one. Bam, that 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 one. Bam. Good, have a walk.
Train hard, stay dedicated, keep good people around yourself, and yeah, don't ever give up on a dream. Don't listen to haters. When time's right, time's right. Whether you make it now, in 5 years, it's going to come. Whatever happens, it's inevitable.
John, the gentleman Hedges, thank you so much for having Paffen Sport down here today. It's been a pleasure. We really appreciate it.
Cheers, boys. Thank you very much.